Okay.
I'll see you later.
See ya. I didn't know Defoe was one. I knew Joe Rose. Why do you think he got that gap in his mouth? We have an open line on the out-of-town lines, 1-888-474-9463. We have one in date, 622 WIOD on a great Monday. You can feel it. You can smell it in the air everywhere. My thing is healing back up. In fact, I should have brought a big bottle of hydrogen peroxide in here today and just kept gargling with it right on the air. Got a 90 share easy.
Are you using just straight peroxide or the peroxide mouthwash?
Do they have a peroxide mouthwash? I didn't know they had one.
Oh, yeah, we use it all the time. It's great.
It is?
Makes your mouth all foam up, but it tastes good.
But so does hydrogen peroxide. Makes it real foamy.
But it tastes all minty.
Or I'll tell you what makes it even better than that is if you just take Gillette Foamy and you spritz that in your puss. Can't get foamier than that. Well, here's Pembroke Pines. Hello.
I wanted it.
Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, these Panthers, we're in a coma.
Yeah.
I mean that's the understatement. I mean, the last two games that we played well were back against Jersey and Buffalo. Since then, it's...
I got news for you. That Buffalo game was okay, but they came down here to play golf that weekend. They didn't show up at all.
I mean, this is. I mean,
the Jersey game was a great performance, and other than that, we've been playing mediocre at best and embarrassing at worst. And these guys are like, I'm telling you,
it's. I mean, even just watching. I had
like watching paint dry.
Game Saturday. It was pathetic.
Yeah. Thank God I had Italian class. Didn't have to see that crap.
Well, you know what? You might want to take lessons on Sundays too. I can't. I mean, this is. I'm all here. I was a couple months old, geared up. By the way, I haven't got my playoff tickets yet. And
me either.
I don't know if that's.
I sent him the money a long time ago. Still don't have no playoff tickets yet, Wayne.
Is that a sign of things to come, possibly?
Yeah, maybe they're switching the dates around now.
Or maybe just.
I mean, do you remember when we were like in first place by so far?
Oh.
We got off to that phenomenal start again. We were so many games over 500. Now we're just 5 games over 500. We got 19 ties, and most of those ties, you do realize we've blown the lead late in the game. How many games have we blown a lead late in the game? Over and over again.
I'm looking at the schedule just from the last, let's say March. There's like, 15 games that we played 2 games that we played well, and the rest we didn't show up.
Right.
I mean, we're losing to teams that
The Tampa
suck.
game. The Tampa game. I was out of town that weekend. Thank God. I hear it was a coma.
And I have to. I'm not saying that. I mean, first thing is best of luck over QAM, but. I agree with you. He's not playing Straka. I mean, he's got these guys in there.
I mean, did I miss something? Did Straka re-injure the groin again after that one? I mean, he put him in there for one game. I thought he played okay in that game. He didn't score any goals, but he played okay. He was rusty. He hadn't played in weeks. I thought he was okay. Now, all of a sudden, well, if I'm going to sit out Chris Wells, I'm going to sit out Straka, too, to piss off Neil Rogers. I don't know what kind of a coach this is anymore. And he plays Kirk Muller? How could you, in good conscience, when you're fighting for home ice, put a dead man out there on the ice? Well, I've watched Kirk Muller for years, okay, and I'm going to tell you, he had his moments with the Leafs this past year, but generally speaking, and earlier in the year, I was saying that Kirk Muller, that trade, and the Larry Murphy deal were what killed the Maple Leafs, and so instead of getting Doug Gilmour, they wind up getting Kirk Muller. Kirk Muller blows.
And then some.
They can send him back to Kingston with a banjo on his knee.
But the other thing is, like, they keep saying that Straka's not scoring. Well, I don't see anybody scoring, to be honest with you. Who the hell is scoring? How many goals have we had in the past? We had 3.
I'm going to tell you one more time. The best line this team has had all year long was Straka, Lowry, and Shepard, and you'll never see that line reunited ever again. You'll never see it again.
I mean, it's kind of
because the coach has become a hard ass. He's a legend in his own mind. He's a genius. He knows it all. The general manager, he's a genius. You can't tell these guys nothing. They had one tremendous year, and all of a sudden they're experts. They know everything.
Well, the sad part is, and believe me,
they can keep trying to peddle Chris Wells from now until the end of time. This kid is never going to be a player. I don't care how hard Jeff Rimmer tries, how many hernias he's got, how long his tongue gets. Chris Wells is never going to be a player.
Well, on that, too, is every opportunity during any broadcast when his name can come up, it goes on and on about him. It's like no other player, as soon as they touch the puck, you have a great...
Wouldn't it be great to see Chris score the tying goal? Right. Well, guess what? He didn't, and they lost the game.
I can't wait for you to get to QA, and this way you can stop Mandich from talking about hockey, because he is, just listen to him. I had an accident yesterday listening to his synopsis of the game, other than saying that we suck.
Yeah.
Just trying to him to describe... he should stick to football. Let him talk on his show about football. When you get over there, you do your hockey thing, and it'll be great for George, because now he's just got to drive right down the street. He'll be happy, right?
Oh, we're not going to be in that building.
Oh, you're not?
No.
Oh.
We're going to be someplace else.
Really? Well, Neil, the best of luck to you, because you don't deserve any of the crap that you put up with, And
these people here, I really,
and I feel sorry for them.
I'm not exaggerating. There must be some people in this organization who need mental assistance, because what they put me through, and others as well, the last few months, I wouldn't put my worst enemy through. I mean, I just don't know what these people are thinking about.
You know, you always say for people not to get in this business, and this is a classic example of why. You got this one guy that's, I mean, maybe he's got nothing better to do, but, you know, like I said, he's got a $12 million house. It's like maybe a hobby.
And you know something? I don't know how he finished that $12 million house, because I think he's a few bricks short.
Well, you know what?
Have a great day, pal.
Later, and you love
See ya. Okay. We have, a lot of bricks short. Seriously, I had a meeting with that man about tomorrow. Will be 3 or 4 weeks ago tomorrow, and I never had such a hour and a half in my lifetime. I walked out of there going like that. What the hell just happened in there? What was he talking about? What was that man talking about in there? And about getting peaks of 20 shares, and about this soccer team that he didn't wind up getting anyway, and about just caca. Just caca. He's going to reinvent everybody and make us all better. And in 15 months, he was very he was Prussian about that, George, when he kept telling everybody in 15 months I was going to be a much happier man. He was right about that, because I'll be out of here. I'll be away under from the thumb of Buddy Bud. Rhymes with 11:15 at WIOD. The water that's coming out of your tap, man, I wouldn't even feed to him. That's how bad that water is. It's bad stuff. It is loaded with chlorine. It is loaded with all kinds of stuff that you can't see with the naked eye. Some parts of town, it's so bad that your naked eye can see how yellow that water is, how schmutzy it looks. You put it in a glass, you take a good look, and you want to barf from it. You're drinking it. Your kids are drinking it. Your pets are drinking it. You're cooking with it. To make a long story short, call Aquathin, and they'll give you water straight out of your tap that is absolutely sensational, that has no impurities whatsoever. They've been doing it in town for over 17 years, making systems for residential, commercial, even laboratory needs. They really know their stuff. And when they come to your house, they'll show you exactly. They'll do an analyzation for you of your tap water, and your hair will stand up straight when you see the kind of stuff you've been drinking. So pick up the phone and call them today. There's no obligation. Call Aquathin, 1-888-WATER-21, and for a limited time, you get a free filtration in your bathroom when you buy any Aquathin purification system. Call them today. When in doubt, check it out. 1-888-WATER-21 for Aquathin.
610 WIOD. Paranoid, hormonal, neurotic. Welcome home.
What's the succession with hokey?
Hey, Jim, how are you?
Suicidal.
What do you mean?
Well, I'd like to kill myself,
But I don't know how.
You should try Rap Quick.
Rap Quick?
Yeah, Rap Quick is an easy step-by-step course into the rap world. It teaches you how to look cool, how to string groups of rhyming words together, and most importantly, it guides you into gang affiliations.
Well, that sounds great, but I still don't understand how it helps me to kill myself.
Oh, you don't kill yourself.
Huh?
Someone will do it for you. Word to the coroner.
Straight up, man.
When you want to die in style, use Rap Quick. It's easy and cool. Available at your local record store.
11:19 at WIOD. Happy Monday to all. We have an open line in Dade, 622-9463. We have one in Broward, 767. So who is this that's bringing us lunch, by the way? Did you hear that? Oh, this machine, man. Hey, don't worry about it. Who's bringing us lunch?
I forget the name of the place.
Because Max is leaving in a week anyway, so don't worry about that. And Pete did come in here this morning. Everything working okay? Get out of here. Go away. Here's Hollywood. Hello.
Good morning, Neil.
Yes, sir.
I just turned the radio on, and I'm not shocked, but when's the move?
In a few months.
All right. What happened? You went into a meeting, and they threw the bombshell on you, or what?
They threw what bombshell at me? What are you talking about?
Well, you're going to QAM.
Yeah.
And you've been with the Isle of Dreams for so long. I mean, how did this happen?
Because it was my decision.
Good for you.
Because I came to my senses and I said, I don't want to work for people who treat me like this, who haven't got a clue. I don't want to work for a Buddy Bud Paxton who doesn't belong in this business. Let him go sell his pubic zirconias. You know what I'm saying? Let him go do something that he knows how to do, which is not radio broadcasting. It is not in his vocabulary. He's so far out of his realm that the people in this company are drowning. They have no clue what this business is all about.
I saw that in the...
The light bulb is right up their alley, and they're even screwing that thing up.
You know, I'll tell you one thing. There goes the neighborhood because WIOD is going down the tubes. The only thing they have left is Rick and Suds.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you something. Haven't you noticed that since this transition took place on the 30th of last September, that the Dolphins have disappeared, that Mandich has disappeared, that Defoe has disappeared, that Kimba Bojangles has disappeared, that I'm going to be disappearing?
Jazz McKay and then Phil Henry. The best.
Phil Henry disappeared before they even started. He kind of like slipped through the cracks, right? Because they really know their crap.
It was unbelievable. You had the most informative and best entertainment on the air, and then slowly but
yeah, but we never had that new news guy.
Well, I went down...
Melvin Robert Jones, Billy Bob Schwartz III. We never had him.
Right.
Right.
Where's your new location? Where are you going to be?
What, the station?
Because I know it's not in Davie, you said.
I'm not sure. I'll find out if I can tell you now. I mean, it's not that it's a big secret, but it's going to be in new studios.
Well, congratulations, and...
How do you like that? Everywhere I go now, I get brand new studios. I like that.
Well, you deserve the best because you're the main man.
Amen.
And I was with you on the snooze cruise.
Yeah.
So I'm a long-time veteran, and I hope the best for you.
Well, I'm glad you survived that.
Thank you. And I know, Paxton's probably sitting there like people pulling, strings like he's a puppet.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I don't think it came from him. It came from people higher
You don't
up.
think what came from him?
Well, you decided to leave.
Yeah.
But why? I mean...
They tried. They've been on their hands and knees here begging after they treated me like garbage and then diddled me around with all kinds of crap and tried to get me to sign agreements which I wouldn't sign, where I wouldn't say crap on the air. Now all of a sudden, well, you're not really leaving, are you? Yes. Oh, sorry.
You know what? I'm mad as hell and I can't take it anymore.
Okay, pal.
See ya.
Get out of here. We have an open line. Who is that? Was that a new sales guy, or who was that? That Andy Andy Scourge just brought back there. We got more people come back here diddling around, looking in that window. I feel like I'm in a fishbowl. I feel like a kissing gourami without the partner.
I wanted it.
Exactly. We have an open line in Broward. You won't see him in here no more. All talk, just another CT. We're going to change his name from JC to CT. That's all he is. That's right. Seen a million guys like that all my life. Hot-looking young guys, big, their stuff don't stink. Real good-looking puss, real hot body, the whole deal. Nice tan, out there modeling in their spare time, making the big bucks. CT.
I wanted it.
Open line in Dade, 622. Yeah, me too. One in Broward, 7679463. You have no idea, mister. Let's go to Davey. Hello.
Neil, say it yourself.
What is it?
I've been gone for 2.5 weeks. You say you're leaving? I just came back today. You told me you were leaving.
I'm leaving the station. Yes.
Oh,
are we going to discuss this now for?
Come on, please. I just came back. Please.
It's not for months. I'm going to another station. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not leaving the market. This doesn't have to be like the Phil Henry thing. He was going to Los Angeles.
Right.
I'm not leaving town.
But
I'm not going to spend the next 6 months on the air here talking about I'm going to QAM. What kind of a show would that be?
I love you. Don't leave. Don't leave town.
I'm not going.
I'll pay you whatever you make just not to leave town.
Yeah, right.
Listen to me. How come everybody's joining the Marlins bandwagon now?
Because they're phonies, because this is Miami. You don't understand that?
Like
this is Miami. Would you expect any different?
Soon it's going to be the Heat, then the Dolphins.
No, the Heat, they don't like the Heat. The Heat win every day. They still don't like him. No, seriously, you're in trouble when you're in first place, when you win every stinking day and they still don't show up. Then you know you got a real problem.
That's a great town,
Right.
Great. All right, well, I'm glad you're not leaving.
I'm not going.
You know what? Then bash the station, because if they fire you, they still have to pay your contract out. So bash WIOD.
Have a great day, pal. Okay. I think he wants half.
I wanted it.
Yeah, I'll bet. Oh, these people today, what the hell is with them? I mean, this thing is going on day after day. Stories in the newspaper. Finally, Friday, we give the Emmis. There it is. Okay, there's the story. And now let's go on with life. Oh, you're leaving the station. You're going down there. Yeah, that's it. We're leaving. Even Harry Valentine don't get it. Even he doesn't get it. He's the new PD/manager. He's asking George, is Neil really leaving? What can we do to get him to stay? Did he really say that? What can we do to get him to stick around?
Words to that effect.
Oh. Let me draw you a big picture. Let me draw you a big, huge... give me a crayon, okay? Give me a big Crayola. I'll put it on the wall when he comes in. Goodbye. Good luck. I wish you, the best in the world. You should only have mazel, okay? You goyish your cup you. You should only have lots of mazel. But get out of my face already. It's over. It's history. I could tell you I could write not a book but an encyclopedia, not about the 6 months here, just about the last 3 months, about the so-called negotiation, the contract renegotiation. Oh, brother. How come some other people could do in just a matter of moments practically what these people couldn't do in 3 months? But Bud really wants you. Yeah, right. He's going to reinvent Neil Rogers, just like he's going to reinvent the wheel. He's going to reinvent everything else because he stepped into a bucket of crap with that pubic zirconia stuff with the home schlock network. Now all of a sudden he's a genius. I mean, I've spent better hours and a half with diarrhea than the hour and a half. I'm serious. I have spent with screaming diarrhea more productive hour and a halves of my life than that meeting I had with Buddy Bud 3 weeks ago tomorrow. In that right here in this building, I could throw a brick from here to where that meeting was, and I probably should. But like I said, when you're a few bricks short, you can use an extra. I mean, that was just unbelievable. Talking gibberish, talking caca. We have an open line in Dade, 622-WIOD. We have one in Broward, 7679. I keep showing up here every day, trying to be a mensch, trying to be a professional, trying to do a job. And these people here, they just... How many months have I said it? How many times? If I had $1,000 for every time I've said these last 6 months, these people just don't get it. I could retire right now and say, screw all of them. They don't get it. They didn't get it then. They don't get it now. And guess what? They are never going to get it.
I wanted it.
Well, big deal. You're still not going to get it. God almighty. Clueless. Clueless.
We're working on Bud like crazy. We're working so you don't have to sign it.
Yeah, get off the phone, okay, Rana? I'm in the middle of a show here already. Crazy people.
Okay, let's have a meeting with Alan. Then we'll have a meeting with Jay. And then we'll have a meeting with Jim Bocock.
They got more damn bureaucrats, like I said. You talk to somebody 9:30 in the morning about something, 2:30 in the afternoon, somebody else calls you back with an answer. And oh, guess what? They never even talked to the first party. Open, and then you remember the questionnaire that we had to fill out about, and it was all everything that they do wrong, which is why it was such a long questionnaire, like 400 pages. Is there too much bureaucracy here? Is it too difficult getting things done? Are there too many people involved in decision making? Yes. Like you got to put out a questionnaire for this to figure it out? Like maybe this was all from a guilty conscience? Or maybe we have to document for somebody. Maybe we have to put it in front of his puss to convince him that this ain't the way you do business. Hey, I'm busy selling a $45 million TV station today. I don't have time for this. See, when you got that much money, you can diddle people's lives around. And I just decided I don't want my life diddled around. It's too important to me. It's not important to some other people, but to me it's still important, which is called self-respect. Thank you, fat boy. 11:27 at WIOD. When it's time to get a new mattress, man, when you've can you imagine a mattress that Fat Boy must sleep on? Oh, my God. Because he was just in here, handed me something. Jeff High. Can you imagine what that mattress must look like? And if his wife is smart, she sleeps in a separate room at this point. Not just on a separate bed, in a separate building. But at any rate, now what are you holding your nose for? Do you think his mattress...
I want to give you...
Exactly. Stinks?
Yes.
Why?
Unless he has plastic mattress covers.
That was bad. Jeff High, you better go in there and have a talking to with George, okay? He's saying terrible things about you, even if they are true. Anyway, if your mattress has had it, okay, whether Jeff High has slept on it or not, even whether CT has slept on it.
I wanted it.
Here's the answer. Pick up the phone and call 1-800-MATTRES. Leave off the last S. It stands for sucking around. That's right. They've got every kind of great mattress. Sealy Posturepedic, Serta Perfect Sleeper, Simmons Beauty Rest, Restonic Comfort Care. They got the electronic adjustable mattress. They got that brand new mattress that comes with a 20 million year guarantee. They got every kind of mattress under the sun, and they save you a humongous amount off what you pay for exactly the same goods in your department store. And as far as delivery is concerned, you can't beat them anywhere. They deliver every day, 7 days a week, from 7 o'clock in the morning all the way up to 11 o'clock at night within a 2-hour period. So the bottom line is they deliver when it's convenient for you, and you don't have to sit around waiting until you get as old as Methuselah. Pick up the phone and call them today. No questions asked. They give you a great deal, convenient delivery, save you a ton of money. 1-800-MATTRES. Leave off the last S. It stands for Straka.
610 WIOD.
Neil Rogers.
God.
Tail pop, comet, tail pop, comet, tail pop, comet. That's the place for me. I got my brand new Nikes and I'm ready to die. 8 boys in cello with the rest of the guys. We're going to a spaceship that can't be seen. Our souls will be taken by a particle beam. Castration is the only thing that bothered me. You gotta sit down to pee. You know I think the poison is affecting me. It's the Hale-Bopp comet for me.
11:32 at WIOD. We have an open line on the Mobile One Purple line. We got 2 in Dade. We got 1 in Broward. We got them all over the place, okay? It's one of those days. They're spastic. They're here. They're gone. They're everywhere. All these Panther fans, they're waiting for Wednesday against New Jersey when we'll probably get shut out. And then Friday against Pittsburgh, which that could be, you do realize that could be the game. Penguins have got 4 games left. We got 2. That's bad news. That's bad for us. And they got 2 with the pathetic Bruins, which I guarantee you they aren't going to lose to the Bruins like we did Saturday in Boston. What an effort that was. Was that pathetic? Was that weak? Was that unbelievable? Was that sad? Here's Kettering, Ohio. Hello.
Hey, how you doing, Neil?
Okay, sir.
I got a phone call at 10:30 this morning saying you were going to QAM, and I jumped straight up out of bed.
Yeah.
And here, you'd like to stay in bed. It's about 35 degrees out. It's lovely.
Yeah, sure.
It's springtime weather.
Mm-hmm.
So
85 here.
You have a no-compete. You can, you'll be on the air, and you'll go straight over there. You won't. I'll be back in 2 weeks.
I'm not going to get into a legal discussion of, which day it is that I'm leaving and which day I'll go on. I mean, how do I know? I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you what, I was happy to hear it because when they got rid of Phil Hendry, I told my dad, I said, Neil will be right behind him. He's not going to stay there. They've jerked him around so much.
I mean, the way that they've treated me here these last 3 months especially has been so gross. Well, the whole 6 months, but it's been like about the last 5 months since we came in the studio and nothing was working, and then the so-called renegotiation on their part. I mean, seriously, I'm not exaggerating. These people need help. They need psychiatric help. They have no idea how to treat human beings.
Well, I don't know what they...
Zero. Zippity-doo-dah.
I don't know what
they think that if they can pacify you by taking you for a free meal once every 6 weeks, that's going to they can kiss and make up and smooth everything over, and they can apologize for how inept they are. I'm sorry, that don't get the job done.
I don't know what they paid for the station, but I think they just run it right into the
$13 million.
ground.
They were given this radio station $13 million. Paxton's got a house that's worth $12 million. They paid only $13 million for this station and the property over there on 79th Street. They were given the station.
Well, I'll tell you what, the stress they put you through. I'm glad to hear you're going to QAM. And I'll call you in about another 6 months. I'll be back in 2 weeks.
Okay, pal.
All right, Neil. Bye.
Stay warm. Okay.
All right.
2 open lines in Dade, 6229463. We have an open line in Broward, 767 WIOD. We have 2 on the out-of-town lines, the Worldwide Wicked Web lines, the Palm Beach lines, 1-888-474-9463. Here's Miami. Hello.
Hey, Neil. How you doing today?
Great.
Neil, at the Panther game, there's a gentleman that sits by me, and I've noticed he's brought a couple of guys to the games that are obviously hockey players. A couple of weeks ago, he brought Dominic Hasek when we played Buffalo. And
yeah.
I introduced myself to him, and he said that he defected from, I believe he said, the Czech Republic, and he was the goalie for Toronto from 79 to 83. And I forgot his name.
He was the goalie for Toronto from 79 to 83?
That's what he told me.
And he defected from the Czech Republic?
That's correct. And his last name was real short, like a 4-lettered name.
79 to 83?
That's what he told me.
Peter Ing.
No, that wasn't it.
That's the only short-named goalie I can think of who might have been a Czech for the Maple Leafs.
Yeah.
Peter Ing. I-N-G. Or I-N-G-E.
No, that wasn't him.
It wasn't him?
No, it sure wasn't.
Well, I don't... beats me. Maybe somebody else knows. Beats the hell out of me.
Okay, just thought I'd check.
Okay, we'll find out.
Thanks, Neil.
Or not.
Bye.
Okay, there you go, all you Leaf fans out there, all 3 of you. Peter Ing, that's the only name that seems could fit into me.
Yuri Sura?
Who? Yuri Sura? Yuri Sura? I never heard of Yuri Sura. Of course, see, back in that period of time, I was in limbo because I was in Florida. That's before I got my satellite dish. Boy, back in those days, if you were a hockey fan down here, you might as well forget it because there was no... You think the coverage is weak now. There was no coverage. The newspapers would have the scores, maybe a sentence or 2 here and there, and that was it. That was it. Nothing. Zippity-doo-dah. Like we're talking about aliens from outer space. What was it again? Yuri Sura? Are you serious?
There's somebody on the hotline that confirmed that, by the way.
Oh, there is? Oh, no. It can't be.
It is.
Oh, they're back.
We are.
You guys actually had the balls to come back to town?
I didn't need to go on the air. I just wanted to let you know that it indeed was Yuri Sura.
Well, Peter Ing was a good guess, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, Peter Ing's a pretty good guess.
Yeah, not right, though.
No.
Kind of like some of the misinformation your partner's been passing out the last... Is he on laughing gas now or what?
How you doing?
What is he coming up with? I'm telling you, yesterday, this man came up with names and with stories. I love the way he pronounced that Russian kid's name. I'm not going to get into it. Yes, I'm doing great.
How are you? Congratulations.
On what?
I'm shocked. I come home and my wife tells me this exciting news.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Quit bull crapping, Rimmer.
I'm just congratulating you.
What's the matter? You're afraid Barry Jackson's going to find out that you already knew? Is that it? What do you need Barry Jackson for? What's he going to do for you?
Hey, I'm not getting involved in
What's
your
that
business.
little pudwhacker going to do for you?
I'm not getting involved in your business.
Yeah, okay.
How are you?
Great.
And it is
pretty bad road trip, Rimmer.
Pardon me?
Pretty bad road trip.
Yeah, we struggled. I thought the team played better yesterday, though, in all honesty.
You thought they played better than what? Than against Boston, maybe, huh?
Well, no, I thought they showed, obviously, a sense of urgency. It was a pretty good effort. And if you remember
It was a good effort?
Neil.
Blowing the game with less than a minute to go? Who was covering Peter Bondra there at the end?
Well, obviously...
You could have gone down there, covered him with a blanket and done a better job. There was nobody within 15 feet of Peter Bondra. The one guy we needed to be worried about, the one guy, and as soon as he got the pass, I'm saying, oh, no, here it comes. I knew it. I could smell it.
Anyway, Mike Lang says to say hello.
Yeah.
We should do a hockey show this week.
Yeah, well,
All
you
right.
keep threatening it, yeah.
All right, if you want to do it before the playoffs, Mike says...
Great, good idea. Let's get Mike on the air. We'll get a real broadcaster on there.
Yeah.
You.
Oh, okay.
And Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At any rate, I thought that yesterday's effort was much better.
By the way, ask Mike if Paul Coffey's okay. I know that he remembers him from his Pittsburgh days. The rumor is he keeps backing into things.
Yeah, well, Paul's out for 7 to 10 days, and here you want to hear some real good news for Rangers
I hate to
fans.
break the news to you, but Paul Coffey played yesterday.
He did play.
Yeah.
Okay, well, see, I didn't see the game, obviously. We were playing at the same time, but Coffey's got a bad back. And
I know it, but he did play.
But there are two other factors.
Just like Bondra wasn't supposed to play, and our bad luck, he winds up playing and scoring the tying goal.
Well,
boy, see, that kid is a great player, and a dirty player, too.
He was my neighbor when I lived in Maryland.
Yeah.
And he was telling me, he said, but don't tell anybody. This was before the game yesterday. Don't tell anybody, but I'm going to try to play, and we'll see what happens after the pregame warm-up. But there are a couple of other serious injuries that teams are going to have to contend with. Number one, Pittsburgh may have lost Ken Reggett for the balance of the season.
Really?
For the third time that hamstring problem has affected him. Maybe not as bad as the previous two, but more importantly for the New York Rangers, Mark Messier is having an MRI today, and the word is he might sit out the final 3 games of the regular season. Which means,
good. That's good news for us.
Which means that the Rangers aren't as much concerned about finishing 4th as they are getting Messier healthy for the playoffs.
Yeah.
But a determination on his availability will be made later on today as well. So it should be quite interesting here this final week of the season.
We're in trouble.
No, let me
ask you, did Straka get re-injured?
No, he did not.
So how come he didn't play again yesterday?
Well, yesterday...
How come he didn't play the last 2 games again?
Yesterday, the coach says, matter-of-factly, I've got to go with my veteran players. And obviously, he went with the veterans. And I thought, as I said, they played with that sense of urgency. Something
You thought Kirk Muller played good yesterday?
He played better than he has.
Oh, man, oh, man.
He played better than he has. Let me also...
I know some guys that have belts shorter than this guy's tongue.
Let me also remind you, Neil.
Yeah.
All right. Just so you don't...
I bet you Jeff High's belt is shorter than Jeff Rimmer's tongue, yes?
Just so you don't jump off the nearest bridge. You remember last year? You were saying much the same thing the final week of the season.
Not like this. I'm sorry. Not like this. Not like this. Different story. We haven't had the chemistry back for months, okay? We haven't had the chemistry there for months, and you can see it, you can smell it, you can feel it. It's not there.
The goaltending.
And Kirk Muller, man, goaltending's been fine. Goaltending is not our problem. The Kirk Muller has been the biggest disappointment. I've never seen anybody so useless, so invisible, so absolutely. He gets great chances. One time yesterday, he shot it 5 feet wide. He had a big rebound there. He did have one good shot. There was a pretty good save by Ranford. And then the rebound, he shoots at 5. He whiffed on it.
In his defense,
he's not playing.
He probably shouldn't have been playing when he first got here.
Yeah.
He had the bad ankle. And obviously, he has struggled. And he's one player the Panthers have got to get going before the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Well, it's too bad we didn't make that deal with the Leafs for Dougie Gilmour and Dave Ellett. That would have been a great deal. But, these guys are the experts. They got all the answers. You know that.
Well, they tried to make the deal, as you know.
Yeah, couldn't do it. They didn't want to give up certain guys who, by the way, are playing real bad right now. I don't want to mention no names.
All right.
So Straka's not going to be playing anymore, is that it?
That's not what I'm saying.
Chris Wells will be in there. Straka will be out.
No, Doug says that he feels for the first time this season the Panthers have got some depth.
So when you say play veterans, you mean like Steve Washburn? Is he a veteran?
No, but he's a centerman.
Uh-huh.
And he's played well.
Well, who's got more experience, Straka or Steve Washburn?
Who's played better?
Who's played better? I'd say that, Straka hasn't played, so how can he play better?
Well,
he doesn't play anymore.
Washburn had a big game yesterday. I thought when he first joined the hockey club, that line with Shepard and Dvorak was pretty effective.
Yeah.
So... But
see, you're all over the place again. Remember, first you say that all of the veterans have got to play. The coach says the veterans. Then you tell me that this 20-year-old kid's got to play.
I didn't say he's got to play, but he's one of the players that's in the mix right now.
Well, he's never going to get Straka back into shape, and I still think, you know, he doesn't like the little guys. He didn't like, although Washburn's not a very big guy, but he didn't like Stewie, doesn't like Straka, he doesn't like the little guys out there, and what can I tell you? Doug Gilmore ain't exactly going to tower over anybody either, but he's kicking ass.
Is it true? Can I ask one question?
Yeah.
Is it true that, and I heard this second and third hand, that while we were gone, you made the comment that Marty Straka was a better hockey player than Rob Niedermayer?
No, I did not say that at all. But you know something? I believe that very positively, yes. And he also is a +9. Niedermayer's like a +1.
Well, I defended you and said I can't believe Neil would say that.
Niedermayer plays about 1 out of every 5 or 6 games he shows up. He got that great goal last week. It was that was his claim to fame for the whole season, was that incredible goal, although Hatcher didn't have his stick at the time, by the way. But nevertheless, it was a great play, and that was it. And he makes a play like that about once every 3 or 4 weeks, and that's basically it.
He scored when the team's struggling for goals here. He had 2.
He had a couple, yeah. He's got 12. Last time I checked, he's got 12, and he's playing.
Yeah, and
he's playing every day.
Okay.
I don't think 12 goals is anything to write home. If you're if a guy you consider to be your best center has only got 12 goals at this stage of the season with 2 games left after 80 games, you got some real scoring problems.
I'm not arguing with you. He has not had the kind of year, and he'd be the first kid to tell you that he hasn't had the year that he wanted to have. But it's all a clean slate when the playoffs start.
I'll tell you one thing. I know Marty Straka's a hell of a lot better hockey player than Chris Wells will ever be. I'll tell you that right now. If you want to get into a debate about that, it's
no,
not
I don't
even
want to
debatable.
Get any debate. All I called for, and I didn't need to go on the air, was to tell you.
No, but why did you ask me the other question, Rim Man? Why did you ask me that about Straka and Niedermayer? How about Straka and Chris Wells?
I wanted to make sure you and I were on the same wavelength.
We're not.
Well, we are about.
My tongue just healed up. How about yours?
Pardon me?
I said I'm just healing up.
You're a beauty.
Put that thing together, Rimmer, whenever you want. It's
congratulations. We'll try for Thursday.
Our place is your place.
Bye-bye.
And the food is on us.
All right.
Or whoever brings it. See ya. Okay, there he goes. Okay, it's safe to call now. 2 open lines in Dade. 622 WIOD.
Old Jeff Rimmer. It's old Jeff Rimmer. The pucks must be flying. 'Cause now the show is dying. We just got rolling, and now all the callers are gone.
Oi! Yeah, again, you notice Rimmer didn't tell a real story about Straka being hung like a moose, which is why the coach is jealous and will not put him in the lineup anymore. He didn't tell that story on air just now, but I'll tell you. We have 2 open lines in Dade, 622-9463. We got one open in Broward, 767-9463. So anyway, that name that he just confirmed, that I never heard of that guy. I never heard of that guy. And if he was the Leafs starting goalie during those years, then I really was out of the loop. I'll tell you that. I never heard his name in my life. 11:45 at WIOD. Let's get some Marlin talk going here today, okay? Let's get some Emerald Coast talk going here today. Let's get something really important going instead of these people trying to compare apples with oranges like Robbie Niedermayer with Marty Straka. Who's this guy kidding, huh? Is he kidding somebody? Is he talking to some lemming out there that doesn't know what he sees with his own 5 eyes? Come to the park and play, friends. Pompano Park Racing, where April is your month to win. Catch simulcasting racing Monday through Saturday from Dover, Yonkers, Hazel Park, Mohawk, Dania, Freehold, Meadowlands, Pocono, Windsor, and Meadows. And, of course, every Friday is TGIF at Pompano Park with dollar deals on drinks and food. But if you really want to make a meal, make your reservation at the top of the park dining room, but make it soon because April 21st will be the last night for the 2-for-1 $20 dining special, with the dining room closing April 26th. But at Pompano Park, there's always something great going on, like the opening of the International Buffet April 28th on level 4 of the clubhouse. The price is $14.95 for all you care to eat, including Chef Ira's fabulous desserts. Dining opens at 6 p.m. Post time for the first race, 7:30 p.m. Reservations always recommended. And just a reminder that on Saturday, April 19, Pompano Park will participate in the Dolphins Draft Day at Pro Player Stadium. Stop by the Pompano Park tent, meet top race drivers from Team Pompano, see Pompano Park Rusty, a life-size model horse, complete with harness and raising sulky. Go pick a winner at Pompano Park. Go pick your nose at Pompano Park. Have you a great time. Post time tonight, 7:30 in the p.m.
610 WIOD. A series of unfortunate accidents.
Oh, God. Don't even bother coming back.
When I was little, I was a skinny little punk. They wouldn't let me play basketball. The gangs used to push me around. Even the hoes beat the crap out of me. But then I started drinking milk, and I I kept on drinking, and I kept on drinking,
and I kept on drinking. And now I'm a 6'5", 285-pound angry motherfucker. And I'm gonna put some serious hurt on everybody who ever dissed me. You with me, you go home in a body bag, cause I'm a natural-born, milk-drinking killer.
Milk. It does a body good. It'll kill you, man. All that milk and milk products, all that dairy, it'll put you right in the grave. You'll be coughing up big, big, juicy ones. It's 11:51 at WIOD. Here's Coral Springs. Hello.
Hello there, Neil.
Yes, sir.
What you were talking about this morning is the perfect dismantling of a station, and I think it's part of the reason the FCC should look back at the ruling when they allowed people to own multiple stations in the same market.
Right.
I mean, it's just unbelievable.
Crazy. I said it at the time, and I'll say it again now. I'm not saying anything different than what I said when the ruling came down. The worst thing that ever happened in the industry, for the public, for the people that work in the business, the absolute worst possible thing they could have ever done.
Mm-hmm. Do you think maybe Ronnie D knew what this Paxson character was about? And
Probably. He
didn't come.
That's another thing I left out when I was talking about the changes that had taken place. Ronnie D walks out, and instead of the Ron and Ron show, they got the Ron and Bill show, which I'm not knocking those guys. But there's another thing. It seems like since they bought this station, everything they touched has turned to, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Everything they've touched.
Now he's going to
sure touched me, I'll tell you.
He's going to go after and try to sanitize Rick and Suds now.
What's to sanitize? What do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, there's some of the shows, I'm sure he's not, as being this Christian lover, he's not all thrilled when they talk about dope and marijuana and all this sort of stuff all the time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he'll go after them next, just like he, try to tighten the reins on you.
Are you telling me the good Catholics don't smoke dope if it's good enough for the Pope?
Well, the Pope smokes dope, we know that.
There you go, well, it's good enough for him.
But Buddy Bud's going to reinvent the whole wheel.
Well, you know something? That's his problem. He may try to reinvent the wheel. I'm not, he's small potatoes to me. He may have all the money in the world. Like I've said many times before, just because somebody's got a lot of money doesn't make them smart and also doesn't make them the kind of people that you want to work for.
Mm-hmm,
and he is not the kind of person that I want to work for. Believe me when I tell you. And I kissed the ground. I came so close. You have no idea how close I came because they just wore down my resistance with aggravation. I came within a hair's breadth of signing away the next 5 years of my life to these bastards, and if I would have done that, I'd have been better off to put a bullet to my head.
Well, I'm glad you had the stamina and the foresight to realize it.
Amen.
Listen here, I don't know one thing, something totally different. I was watching the other night the Miami Tonight Show.
Yeah.
I couldn't sleep, so I flipped the TV on.
That's a good reason.
He's got
That's
a whole
the only
new
reason.
set. He's got a whole new set now.
Yeah.
They've got a couch and a couple of chairs and a desk and everything, unlike when
now
you were on.
Now all he needs is the shrink to go with it.
Well, he's got Don Cox like the Ed McMahon.
Yeah.
Does announcing on the microphone and then sits with him on the couch and adds his amusing...
But that's nothing new. They used to do that. Now they're reverting to their origins again, yeah.
Unless maybe this was an old show that I hadn't seen and they brought it back.
No, it was a new one.
A new one? But it's I mean, you're right about the shrink on there. Question: when you when you go down the dial, are you going to be able to talk about Baldy?
Oh yes.
Good.
This show is not going to be any different, except it'll be better because I'll be able to do his show.
Good. Did you see what the stock is doing today? I don't know.
No, I did not. Please don't depress me on Monday, please. Do you know at one point on Friday it was down to 27 1/8?
Yes, I saw that.
And then finally it made a comeback and got back up to even for the day, 28 1/4, whatever.
Yes,
but
28.60 it finished.
Oh my God, this thing is killing me.
Are you going to be at the shareholders meeting on the 11th?
I'll be there. I'll be jumping up and down on the table.
Okay.
Have a great day, pal.
Take care.
Okay. Oh, look at that. We're down to 2 calls now. We made it almost 2 hours today with the show on a Monday, which is pretty good for you bastards, but I don't think we're going to make it till 2. No chance. 2 open lines a day, although Rimmer just called a little while ago. We were cooking until that point. You notice that? Once again with that caca. Oh, my God. And, Thursday, we haven't done a hockey show in months since before the season started, back in September, I think. So I've been looking forward to that, to finally the day he would butch up and come in here. We get some, Mike Lang on the air and Cherry and some of our usual people. But I'm going to tell you something. If I'm not going to spend 1 minute of this show on Thursday doing what he got me into doing there again, I'm not going to argue all of his stepchildren, how great they are, because I know how I know how Jovanovski's playing. I know how Niedermayer's playing. Nobody's going to peddle me this corporate bullcrap, okay? I got enough corporate bullcrap from the Paxson people the last 6 months. I don't need Panther corporate bullcrap. I see how these guys are playing. Anyway, and this vendetta, I want to apologize personally to Marty Straka. The worst thing I ever did on the air, ever, was say that I thought he was a good player and that I liked him. As soon as I said that, the curse, the hex, went over, was payback. Neil thinks Straka's good. He likes him. Good. We'll screw him over real good to get even for all this stuff that he's talking about, the Chris Wells deal and Stu Barnes and Jason Woolley, even if it happens to be true. Okay, Stewie's a minus 22. You feel better? But he does have 50 points. Oh, sorry. We have an open line in Dade, 622. We got a pair in Broward, 767. Like I said, this is a market. Don't ever tell the truth. Don't ever really give your opinion. Just kiss a lot of ass here, man. Don't ever give your real opinion or tell people what's really going on because they can't stand it. They can't deal with it. They can't cope with it. It's enough to make them want to go out and buy a necklace. Here's Pembroke Pines. Hello.
Hey, Neil. How you doing?
Okay.
I don't know why you want to talk about baseball. A lot of people don't even know what an RBI is versus an MRI. But anyhow.
They know an MRI.
What I wanted to actually discuss with you, I wish you well on your new ventures. I know it's a couple of months away from it. However, I hope they treat you better than they did to me this past Friday on your actual last day. What had happened to me was I was working in a department with 2 rookies, and since there were 2 other veterans and only 3 computers, it was perfect for me and the 2 rookies. However, on my last day, they told me, you know what, we really don't need you. We'll pay you through the week, but we really don't need you because we're going to bring somebody else in, and at the same time, free up your PCs, and then by then the veterans will be back. So
yeah.
I just hope they didn't do anything like that to you.
You mean the Paxton people?
Exactly.
Hey, if they want to, like I said, if they want to bring me a check and pay me for the next 6 months through September 30th, which is what it's all about, hey, I'll kiss the ground. What's wrong with that?
It's true. At least I'm getting paid for the week.
So what's the problem?
Well, the only thing is I didn't get a chance to say goodbye to anybody. It just came unexpectedly.
Yeah.
So I just hope...
So which would you rather have, the pay for not working or saying goodbye?
Well, pay for
call them up at home, and there you go. Call them up at home and tell them goodbye. Tell them you sent them a salami sandwich.
I certainly will.
Okay,
and either
pal.
way, I wish you the best, Neil.
Thanks.
All right.
Good luck to us. 2 open lines in Broward, 767-9463-767 WIOD. 11:57. Yeah, this should be the worst problem, the worst dilemma of my life. Like I said, I plan on coming in here every day, just doing a show. Just doing a show every day for the next several months, because when you come right down to it, what difference does it make in this town, whether you're doing a show over here, whether you're doing a show down there, whether you're doing a show anywhere? You're doing a show. The only difference being whether people are treating you civilized and like a human being, or whether they're tearing your guts out, your kishkis out. And the bottom line got to be that I don't have any kishkis left to tear out. They stripped them all away. They're selling tripe by the ounce right outside the front door there. When in doubt, go out and buy some. Want it?
I wanted it.
11:58 at WIOD. I also wanted to get rid of my bank a few months ago, and I went on the air. We went nuts for days on end about banks and how they make mistakes with your money and how they screw you over and how they try to point the finger at you, and they just don't want to give you good service because too many of these banks now, it's like the radio business. There's a handful of big corporations that own the overwhelming majority of the banks. And so you're just small potatoes. Even if you put a pretty good amount of money through there like I do, they don't care. They just don't give a crap. And so they don't give you any kind of service. That's why I fired my bank and went to Family Bank, one of the smartest things I've ever done in my life. They treat you great. They're happy to see you. Whatever you need, they take care of you. No cross-examination, no third degree, no finger pointing, no big mistakes every 5 minutes you turn around. They've got the lowest service fee in Broward County. If you want to get a loan, you talk to somebody right here in town. The loan officer isn't 1,000 miles away in Charlotte or Atlanta somewhere. They've got all the convenient things of any big bank. They got ATMs at all their locations like Cirrus and Presto. They even honor. How do you like that? They've got 7 convenient locations all over Broward, and they'll take great personal care of you. You'll be in heaven when you take your cash to Family Bank, like I did. Family Bank, member FDIC.
I'm William Robert Milford III with news on 610 WIOD. Here's Sky Spy traffic.
Good afternoon. In Dade County, accident southbound 95 just at the entrance ramp to westbound Dauphin. Southbound I-75 just
down.
before 138th Street.
Turn that down.
Accident northwest 57th Avenue at northwest 167th Street. And the crash on West Flagler Street, northwest 7th Avenue. Broward and Palm Beach counties are accident-free. I'm Paul Pagano, 610 WIOD Sky Spy traffic.
Still the only radio station that doesn't suck. 610 WIOD, Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
Hi, this is Randy West, and they don't come any better than me or Neil Rogers.
Order, sir.
The baby's mine, it's really true. The skeptics say the father's who. I'm telling you,
we did the deed. We didn't use artificial means. Well, they say I paid the mother, but they're only slinging mud. She didn't want no money. She thinks that I'm a stud. Now I'm a dad. I'm dad. You know it really sad. And I'm so glad. I'm glad. You know the mom is dead. This ain't no bad. I'm glad. You know the search is now. And the whole world's gonna wonder out loud what the kid looked like. Is that too bad?
I wanted it.
12:04 WIOD. Happy Monday. It's a great day for the Irish, the Chinese, the Yiddish, everybody else. We're having a whale of a day, man. We have an open line in Broward, as in two of them, 767-9463, 767 WIOD. We got an open pair down the out-of-town lines, the Palm Beach lines, 1-888-474-9463. So that lunch that was going to be here around 11:30 this morning, that was outstanding. Did you enjoy it, George? From wherever we are not really sure, wherever Kim was telling us about that they were going to have a nice filet mignon here 11:30 this morning. It was sensational. It went down like gefilte fish, smooth as can be. I heard Brooke talking the other day about now she doesn't have to eat gefilte fish now that she's not from enough to be a real Jew anymore. According to these Orthodox lunatics out there, the rest of us, we're not real Jews because we're not Orthodox enough. We're not farbissant like they are. So we don't have to eat gefilte fish and all that gelled stuff that's in the jar. Which I think I do like gefilte fish, but the gel I could live without, whatever it is. I think it's mung. I think that's officially mung, whatever's around the gefilte fish in that jar, to keep it from, like, spurling. Here's Miami. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hey, keep the rim man off your show when you move down the dial. just keep it the Neil show, not the Neil and Jeff
I work
show.
alone.
Got home from work Saturday.
Yeah.
I listened to the best of. We're talking about the Fen-Phen. I pick up the Herald, right on the front page of the local section, Saturday paper, Board of Medicine to crack down on Fen-Phen diet pills.
Oh! All right. Long overdue.
Big story about people just walk in with $300 and walk out with the Fen-Phen.
Right. There's all these people that are like maybe 3 pounds overweight or 10 pounds underweight, and a lot of these places are they just got a pill clinic going again, just like back in the 60s and 70s.
Just a scam.
Right.
Have a good one.
Thanks.
Catch you later.
Okay. How do you like that? Oh, and I don't know whether I should tell a story. Are you familiar with this? That somebody wanted me to advertise their clinic on the air?
Yes. Like, my mind totally put it out because I couldn't believe it. It was unbelievable.
Is that the most astonishing?
Like, after the fact, after all this crap went down, we're talking crazy people.
I mean, we're talking people that just don't get it. Don't get it. The word credibility evidently just ain't in the vocabulary there somewhere. I'm going to go on the air and peddle Fen-Phen. How much? We have an open line today at 622-9463, 622 WIOD. We have one in Broward, 767-9463, 767-WIOD. Here's North Miami. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I was listening to when you had the Italian cold cut spread from Lorenzo's last Friday.
Yeah.
And you're the only one I've ever heard called Capicola Gabagool. You said Gabagool.
No,
right?
Guidos say that.
Guidos, right.
Gabagool.
So that's exactly, my mother's, Italian-American.
Yeah.
That's what she called it, was Gabagool. That's how I grew up.
No, there ain't no such thing as Gabagool. Maybe like Sicilians or maybe in Naples, the Schleppers say that.
Yeah, that's where my mother was from, the Neapolitan.
Oh, George Napolitano, he says that, Junior.
Because you're the first
Gabagool.
person I've ever heard say that,
By the way, it's interesting because after Italian class on Saturday, we stopped at Lorenzo's and got a whole bunch of that Columbus cold cuts. If I could tell you how good that stuff is, I'm serious. It is unbelievable.
I was licking my chops the other day.
Oh, man, was that good stuff.
Unreal.
In fact, the best, the salami and everything and the turkey is great, but the roast beef is so great. I can't put it into words.
They got the best meat in town up there. There's no doubt about that.
But this is a whole new line. It's called Columbus Cold Cuts, and it's out of this world.
I went and saw Donnie Brasco this weekend.
And?
I think it's worth a visit. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
Pacino was good. The kid, what's his name? I forget his name.
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp. It was all right. It was, I don't think it was good as Goodfellas, which isn't saying much, but it's worth seeing.
Okay.
I enjoyed it.
It'll be on the satellite pretty soon.
Yeah. And also, you're talking about Sheffield a little while ago. This guy, what a real idiot he has been. All of a sudden, he's Mr. Nice Guy.
Yeah.
And here Huizinga pays out this guy $10 million. And then I had it on the news the other day, he doesn't want to pay, I'm not a pro-union guy, but I'm for the working man.
Right. Oh, that's right. He's appealing the. That's right.
He's appealing that decision.
That's right.
Instead of giving these guys, paying them union scale, he wants to pay them. I mean, that really frosts my ass.
Well, how do you think I feel? Not that I'm missing any meals, but how do you think I feel? I do my contract negotiation with a guy's got a $12 million house,
right.
and he's trying to goy me down like I'm some kind of a misfit who isn't quite as good as he used to be. You know what I'm saying? Trying to play mind games with me to try to goy me down a few bucks.
That's what gets me. I mean, here he's giving Sheffield $10 million.
Yep.
Well, Sheffield's bringing in the bucks, but here you got a qualified union electrician, plumber, carpenter who's going to build a great facility for him. I tell you what, I will.
Yeah, but you're talking about little guys now. Just keep in mind when that Republic stock first came out, it wasn't the little guys that Wayne ran around saying, "Hey, guess what? You want to become a millionaire? Here, $3 a share. You can make millions in about 6 months a year." He was going to Shula and Marino and all his cronies there because the rich keep getting richer, man, and the rest of us.
Well, I hope the little guys remember this kind of crap when it comes time to go paying money to go see in his venues. Because I tell you what, I'll never go to any of his stuff. There's not a chance. I mean, he's not for the little guy. I can't stand him. He's a worthless piece of crap. And Buddy Bud Paxson is almost as bad.
Almost.
They're neck and neck.
Okay.
Down the stretch they come.
We'll take a poll.
Okay.
Have a great day, pal.
I'll see you later.
Okay. God dang, we have two open lines in Dade, 6229463, 622-WIOD. We have one in Broward, 767. And we had even one woman on here? Yeah, we had one, right in the beginning. We had one nice lady on there, very nice, extremely nice, and that's been it. The women are very busy. It's Monday. They're out there taking merchandise back. Here's Hollywood. Hello.
Well, good afternoon, Neil.
Buenas tardes.
Whatever.
Bon pomeriggio.
Okay, well, that would be about the extent of my Spanish anyway. I think the Panthers are missing definitely an element that's been there that endeared them to the local populace. This year, at least since last November, it's just not there. Namely, the fact that they out-hustled traditionally opponents.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I don't know what Rimmer and Potvin were seeing in that first period last night where they were, spreading hosannas, the way of the Panthers.
Well, didn't you just hear him on here a few minutes ago? Tell me what a great player Robbie Niedermayer is, and how dare I compare Marty Straka with Robbie Niedermayer?
Well,
something, I would agree with that. I don't think there is any comparison. At least when Straka's out there on the ice, there's exciting things happen. He skates. Every time he plays, man, he plays with intensity. He's got tremendous speed. He makes things happen. He sets up scoring chances. Niedermayer, half of the time, Robbie's out there skating figure eights.
Well, I definitely...
Looks like he's lost, like he needs a compass and a road map.
Well, that's probably what I was alluding to right in the beginning here. The fact that you'll see a scrum in the corner, and there's Niedermayer allegedly playing his position. But last year, they would have gone after that to make sure, even if it's a 2-on-1 advantage in the corner, that they come out with the puck, and then somebody's heading for the net. And that's just not happening this year. So we might reach the puck behind the opponent's goal first, and then we're waiting for somebody to be in front of the net and muscling in there, and these guys are skating, as you say, figure eight.
Well, the chemistry is gone. They don't seem to have their act together like in the last minute of the game yesterday. Of all the guys in the world, you're going to make sure somebody is on Peter Bondra like glue on crap. You know what I'm saying? And the one guy you don't want to leave open. In the meantime, you look at there's Mellenby skating around in circles, and Karkner and Svala. We don't know who the hell they're. And here's this guy all alone, one of the outstanding players in the game, a sniper, and bada bing, he ties it up, and we blow it again in the last minute of play. And you just have to wonder, what are they thinking about?
I don't know what's happened to Svala since the All-Star break. He's been caught out of position umpteen million times. Right now, the player I respect most on that team, and unfortunately he's not spectacular, so that doesn't endear him to the locals in any way.
Yeah, who's that, Lowry?
Brett Warner.
Oh, Warner. Yeah, Warner's great.
I mean, the kid is fantastic. If they ever want to talk about untouchables on that team, forget the Niedermayers, forget the Blowjos, or whoever else is out there. Let's go with Warner as untouchable and build from there.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now that if Stu Barnes was still on this team, that if I were the coach over this past weekend, Stu Barnes and Marty Straka would have been two of the starting centers, and I don't care how big or small either one of them are, and I don't care how dirty and physical Washington is. The fact is that those two guys would have been out there doing a job, and Kirk Muller and and Steve Washburn would have been sitting on the bench. I mean, Washburn's going to be a good player. He's not a veteran. He's not ready for prime time yet, and I'm just not buying it.
No,
they're just peddling bullcrap.
If any,
and the idea that Chris Wells is ever cracking lineup at this stage of the game, now that we got all the healthy guys back, is unacceptable to me. Unacceptable.
Well, if any team has shown the deficit that I was referring to earlier, it's Washington. They have out-hustled us in the last 3 games, and they've deserved everything they've gotten.
Washington stinks.
They do.
Washington?
They've out-hustled us. And that's the problem.
Oh, you mean the last 3 games we played with them?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Not against the league, but every time they've come back to either tie it or win it.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the hell has happened. I don't buy the excuse that we played in Boston the day before.
And then let me tell you also, they are a crap team. Washington is a really dirty, yes, but they're a crap team. They've been struggling. They're not going to make the playoffs. And for us to walk out of there with a tie yesterday was really deflating.
Not as deflating as losing in Boston the day before.
And losing in Toronto 2 days before that. Have a great day, pal.
You too.
Okay. We have an open line in Dade, 622-9463. 2 open lines in Broward, 767-9463. They're all the experts out there. It's the same old song. It's the old... I'm not talking about the caller. I'm talking about the staff, man. The staff and their mouthpieces. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Same old stories. 500 years from now, they'll be peddling the same bullcrap, okay? They'll be selling it by the pound, becoming millionaires. You know, if you're tired of never getting anything for free in your life, if you'd like to be a freeloader like we are all the time, just once, pick up the phone right now and call our friends at Hydron Technologies. They will send you absolutely free their brand new catalog, and they'll send you free a sample of their great Hydron skincare products, the most effective skincare products for men and women on the market anywhere. They got a full line of great skincare products, and if you're one of those people who thinks you don't need skincare products, like your skin is smooth as a baby's ass, wrong. For example, if you play sports, menthol ice from Hydron is the perfect product for you. That's what I said. Thank you. You'll also want to use Hydron hand lotion because Hydron products moisturize your skin without leaving it feeling greasy. Hydron works like this. As it dries on your skin, it creates an invisible shield that is water insoluble, moisture holding, and long lasting. The shield lets your skin breathe by letting the oxygen in and the carbon dioxide out. Even Hydron cleanser won't take away any of your skin's natural protection the way so many skincare products do. So pick up the phone and call 1-800-4HYDRON. They'll send you the whole new catalog and a free sample too, so you can find out for yourself just how great these products are. 1-800, the number 4, HYDRON.
610 WIOD.
Anybody have a heart or a liver?
On our channel you can depend that there'll be someone will offend. If it lacks class and has no vision, it's here on Capital Television.
Marge, what are you doing with that waiter?
Oh, nothing, Homer. He's just walking me to the car.
Bullshit. You're f***ing him. Trollop.
Homer, compose yourself. You're acting like a cad.
You're gonna die, bitch.
Homer!
Die, 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 die! No! I gotta get out of here. Hurt? Rent a car.
Can I help you?
Give me a car.
I need a driver's license.
Give me a car.
Simpson, eh?
Give me a car.
Where's your other glove?
Give me a car.
Clothes are a little bloody.
Damn it.
Very well. Take the Elante at the end of the lot.
Ooh, Elante.
Comes complete with sirens.
Huh?
Flashy lights.
What do you mean?
And 2 uniformed chauffeurs.
All right, Simpson, we've got you completely surrounded. Come out with your hands up.
All right, but before I do, I have just one question.
Go ahead.
Can I have one of those donuts?
All our writers were once in prison here on Capital Television.
Oh, man. I wanted it.
1220 at WIOD. Happy Monday from all your good paisans over here and those who aren't too crazy about you as well. We have an open line on the purple line, the mobile 1 line at pound IOD. We have one in Dade, 622-9463, and 2 in Broward, 767, which means a whole lot. 767-9463, 767-WIOD. Here's Miami. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
How you doing? I want to tell you 2 things. Number 1, you said that the chemistry of this team, I'm referring to the Panthers, was broken up when the trade happened. Let me take it a little bit further back than that. In the year that Jovanovski came in, who the hell takes the defenseman number 1? I mean, meanwhile, the guy that was, I guess, drafted number 2, which was this guy from Ottawa, is scoring goals like left and right. I mean, that's just something I couldn't believe. I don't know much about hockey, but I think that was just a turning point, if you will. You know, maybe he was good yesterday, and they called him Joe. I mean, not yesterday, last year. But I think that was part of the problem.
He's sticking the joint out. He's killing us. He's killing us. He's playing horrible.
Mm-hmm. And also, number two, I just wanted to recommend a movie to saw this weekend. It's called Sleepers.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever seen it, but if you haven't, it's a good movie to see.
Okay.
All right, have a good day.
Thanks. See ya. 2 open lines in Dade, 622-9463. Eddie. Don't confuse these people want to yell what they want to yell. Loser. Poopa. Yeah, but Poopa plays for Tampa. We're playing New Jersey. Poopa. Well, they know how to say that. I mean, Brodeur don't rhyme with loser. Plus, he's only got 85 shutouts in a row and is number one in the league and maybe in the world. Don Cherry says right now Martin Brodeur is the best goaltender in the world, and who am I to argue with him? Here's Pompano. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Got one of those water systems that you were talking about earlier?
Yeah.
I think it's excellent.
Uh-huh.
So I wanted to tell you that to start out with.
Thank God.
Yeah, it's even great in the shower.
And the water, too, yeah.
I was listening to Mandich yesterday.
Yes?
He did mention something about you that I thought was kind of odd. He said that you were like a talk show host, but a sports host wannabe. I don't understand.
Sports host wannabe?
Yeah, he goes, well, Neil does a show, but he's really a sports host wannabe.
Yeah. Wrong.
So I told him, well, I didn't call him.
I don't want to be a sports host. If all I talked about was sports, I'd blow my brains out.
Right.
Boring.
I'm firmly on that Marlin bandwagon.
See, there you go with sports again.
Right?
Uh-huh.
I don't want to turn it into a sports show or something like that.
Yeah.
But
I think you're a Marlin fan wannabe, if you ask me.
I couldn't. Yeah, right.
Right.
I couldn't call him and ask him about baseball because he only does.
He only does football.
Right.
He's already doing the draft stuff. Have you noticed that? I heard him the other day. He was promoting the big draft show coming up.
Yeah, he came on yesterday and he started talking about the Panthers. I was switching between the Panthers and the Marlins, and we're going to have some guru from the Lions on to talk about the draft. He had this guy come on. I never even heard of him.
Oh, I did hear that. We were coming back from the Emerald Coast, and he was thanking Ken Malden for waiting with the sports update because he had this long, drawn-out thing he wanted to do with the Lions guy. I heard that.
Yeah, and then he said something to the guy about they lost blades. Detroit lost blades, and how they were going to have to replace them, and this and that. I guess he went to Seattle to be with his brother.
Yeah.
It just kind of fit in what you played down.
I don't have a clue.
I'll straighten them out.
You going to get out to the old ballpark this year?
Yes, I am, as a matter of fact. The price is right. We got free tickets waiting for us, so why the hell not?
Yeah, I went the other night. They got a pretty good team so far. Let's see if they can abstain, I
Let's
guess.
see if they can keep winning every day for us. Otherwise, screw them.
All right, now.
Okay, pal. See ya. That's the way we look at it. We don't want to be too pushy, but unless you win every day, we got other things to do, okay? We don't know what they are, but we'll figure it out. We'll go to Emerald Coast every night. Because, quite frankly, I mean, if you win every day and if it's exciting, see, that's a problem with baseball. And another thing, man, some of these games in this first week of the season have been going on so long. What game was it I was watching yesterday? We watched a little bit of the, was it the White Sox? Who the hell were the White Sox playing yesterday, George? Like he would know, huh? He wouldn't know a White Sox if his wife put it on the bed. Let's see. The White Sox were playing whoever the hell Detroit, was it? No, it wasn't that game. Whatever the hell game it was. The umpire gets into a bit. Yeah, it was the White Sox because it was what's his name? Ozzie Guillen. And he's arguing with this is on Saturday, I guess. He's arguing with the plate umpire about where he's standing in the batter's box. That's right, because that's the game Detroit won like 15-13, which is the only way they can win if they score at least 15 because they got no pitching. And this argument, this discussion and argument went on and on and on, and the game was already like 3.5 hours old. See, this is the problem with baseball. And then the pitcher decided that he had something deep inside of his crotch, and we know what it wasn't. And it goes on and on. The delays are interminable. Speed up the game, man. That's one of the reasons it is so ponderous and so monotonous and so boring. Even though you're enchanted because we've won every game except one, but nevertheless, it is ponderous. Too stinking long. Here's a mobile in Coral Springs. Hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
Great.
Listen, the other day I tuned you in and I caught the last part of a song. I think it's entitled "Prison Bitch."
Yeah.
Thought it was great.
Good. I'm happy for you. We have an open line in Dade, 622-9463, 622-WIOD. It's no request Monday. No request. What are you laughing about? I know where he was going. Yeah, you heard it the other day. Great. And am I playing it again now? No, I'm not. Over and over. They've killed that thing. They've killed that prison bitch. They have killed that poor... That
fucking bitch.
Exactly. Butchered it. 2 open lines in Broward County, 7679463. It's Real Talk Wannabe Radio. That's what it is. Let's get the formatics down, okay? And thanks for listening to 610 WIOD. Thanks so much for doing that, okay? Here's Hallandale. Hello.
Well, good afternoon, Neil.
How you doing?
I'm waiting for you to say, let's go to Hamad Rashad on the sidelines. I mean, your show has totally turned into a sports show today.
Is it really?
Yes, it has.
Well, I'm getting ready for QAM.
Well, I don't
want to disappoint Manwich.
I wanted to talk to you about...
Talk to me about whatever you want. Whatever you want, man.
Okay, Neil, I have a problem.
You jackass.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. The problem
Sounds like it.
Okay, the problem is, Neil, that I'm having a problem with what's going on local TV. I am sick, local news for that instance. I am sick of seeing different faces all the time. I would like to see Neil Rogers on Channel 7, 5 o'clock, giving us the headline news every evening.
Yeah.
I would love to see that.
Would you really?
I would love to see that.
Okay. Have a great life. Okay, let's talk sports. What a fruitcake. We have an open line, and who's that? Oh, that was Brian Andrews' boyfriend? Good God. Butch up a little bit, will you, for crying out loud?
Hey, boy, what's that in your mouth?
2 open lines at Broward, 76794, or was that Bill Kamal? 7679463. Embarrassing, okay? Oh, it's turned into a sports show today. Oh, my God. Yeah, but don't you like those hot young guys in jockstraps? Now you're talking, pal. Now we all of a sudden got real interested in a hurry. He can smell that leather a million miles away. Anyway, boy, I'm telling you, why am I so worked up here today? Let's relax. It's Monday. Just sit back in the chair. That great lunch that was coming 11:30, how was it, by the way? I didn't want lunch anyway. Why did she do that? I mean, I know she was doing it as a gesture to be nice. And also, where's that disc I was supposed to have? Now I'm sounded like Casey Kissam. Where the hell is that disc I was supposed to have like 2 hours ago? Which, what are they doing getting those spots over there? See, this again goes back to the way that everything goes on here. So slow and so ponderous. There's a few spots on one of those discs that they need to get off of there. Could have been done in 5 minutes by a blind man. Could have done it in 5 minutes, okay? Mike Bohan could have done that in 5 minutes easy. Put it on tape somewhere and brought me the disc back. I asked for it like 2.5 hours ago. I still don't have it. Do you have it? They're hatching it back there in traffic back there. Or in continuity, whatever the hell they're doing. They're playing in traffic with it. But the lunch, man, that's which we didn't want in the first place, that's coming because somebody wants a free plug. And guess what? It ain't here.
610 WIOD. It's all in your head, okay?
1232 here have very educational facts, by the way, which I'll use the last half of the facts first. It says, last night I watched a program on Discovery Channel about elephants. They said on an average day, an elephant expels enough methane gas to drive a car 20 miles. So if you want to save on gas, I just get a long hose and hook it up to Jeff High's rectum. Would be a good way to start. Talk about a great hose job. Rectum. There you go. But anyway, the facts in the first part says, which is why I saved the first part for last, because I didn't realize the other stuff was on there, which was pretty interesting. Pretty entertaining. About elephant farts, huh? Anybody out there ever cut an elephant fart? I sure have. Woo! Elephantine, baby. Rocking the world. It says, I called on Friday to request Courtney Love does Shakespeare. You tried, but you couldn't get to it. Could you please squeeze it in and the car today, too? Didn't I say we weren't doing requests today?
She gained acclaim with her breakout performance in The People vs. Larry Flint. Now, Courtney Love takes the theater by storm, appearing in the classics at the Seattle Repertory Playhouse. See her riveting performance as Lady Macbeth in The Scottish Play.
Is this the dagger I see before me?
As Blanche Dubois in A Streetcar Named Desire.
I've always relied on the kindness of strangers. Sucker!
And of course, St. Joan by George Bernard Shaw.
Get that torch away from me, you motherfucking sucking bastards!
Yes, Courtney Love plays the classics this spring at the Seattle Repertory Playhouse.
Yeah. Get out of my face.
Order your tickets today.
Son of a mother.
So like I said, no, I can't play it. 1234 at WIOD. We have an open line in Dade, 622-WIOD. We got up here in Broward, 767-9463, 767-WIOD, and the 2 on the out-of-town lines and Palm Beach lines, of course. That goes without saying all the time. 1-888-474-9463. 1-888-474-WIOD. Here's Virginia Bay. Hello. Key. Did I say Bay?
Elephant farts.
What is it?
So don't be lighting them elephant farts.
Yeah.
Newsflash, the not-so-Virgin Mary has shown up again.
Yeah.
In Sunnydale, Washington.
Good place.
On the back of a highway adoption sign.
All right.
Oh! So when they showed the pictures of it, it looks like, when there's a little bit of oil on something, you get that rainbow ring.
Uh-huh.
These people are saying it's the rainbow. And
the Virgin Mary's got a rainbow ring, huh?
Right.
What does that tell you? Sounds like a dyke thing to me.
I don't know if it's metal or not, but there were people for seeing the Virgin Mary after that in the different intersections surrounding the area.
That explains why she was a virgin.
CNN with a cop saying anything is possible.
Of course.
So anyway,
she's hitting the high spots, man. Clearwater, Florida, and where was it?
Sunnydale.
Oh, Sunnydale, Washington. There you go.
Sunnyside, Washington.
That's right.
So anyway, Virgin Mary moves in mysterious ways, and I bet you she's out there lighting that elephant fart as we speak.
Thanks for the good news. Okay, bless you, my child. We have 2 open lines in Dade, 622-WIOD. We got a pair in Broward, 767. Let's hear a lot more about the Virgin Mary today and forget all this sports talk, okay? Let's not be a bunch of sports talk wannabes, damn it. Here's Fort Lauderdale on a mobile. Hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
About the QAM thing. I think it's funny that for so long they've wanted to be WIOD.
Yeah.
And now they've slowly become IOD by absorbing everyone who's left you.
How do you like that?
I mean, if you
They got the Dolphins, they got Defoe, they got Mandich, they got Bull Camper, they're going to have me, and you're right.
I mean, that they've become WIOD, except for they don't have the initials. But, I mean, they are what WIOD used to be now.
Yeah.
And before, I would
like a real radio station.
Yeah, I would never listen to them, but if you go, I will.
Yeah.
And do they do the Panther games?
Yes, they do.
Is there any chance that, like you might do some color commentary?
I doubt it.
Oh, really? Because I used to listen to you do the baseball games for UM.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not a baseball fan, but I enjoyed listening to you do the commentary.
Yep, that's in the past, pal, when I wanted to work, 15 hours a day, 20-hour days a week.
You don't want to be a
4 hours of this every day is enough for me. I like to go as a spectator.
No sports wannabe?
Leave Chris and Randy to their own resources.
Also, I missed you at the beginning of the show today. Did you do anything about the big non-event of Ellen DeGeneres coming out?
No, I did not. What is there to say about it? It's like you said, it's a non-event.
Well, I mean, she finally actually opened the door and went...
Is that a surprise? That would be like Rex Reed coming out of the closet. Is that a shock to anybody that Ellen DeGeneres is a bull dyke? Like anybody doesn't know that?
Well, some people, it just goes
It's like
right
Charles
over their
Nelson Riley's going to come out on Hollywood Squares next week. What's the big deal other than the show is not here anymore? But other than that...
Well, you'd be surprised how many people it goes over their head, because when I mentioned to them before the announcement, I said, if anybody didn't know, so many people looked at me like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Gay?
Next thing they'll be telling you Sal Mineo was Jewish.
But, I think, will you tell me what you think? I think it's going to be the kiss of death for her show.
Why?
Well, I think it's an important thing for her to do, but I don't think that the mainstream is going to accept it.
They couldn't care less. There's a million shows. Why is this so revolutionary? There's a zillion shows on for the last 10 years now that have got gay characters in them. How about Melrose Place? Did that show go off the air?
What, did they have the lead actor come out and say he was gay?
It doesn't have to be the lead. Doesn't make any difference. People, they know there's fags all over the place, okay? The people in the major markets where the ratings are really important, they're not shocked that they find out somebody's a fag, especially in her case.
Well, as if it's a big surprise.
Right. Have a great day, pal.
See you down the dial.
Okay, and butch up. We have 2 open lines in Dade. So, yeah, it's a shock to me that Ellen DeGenerate, that she's a bull dyke. Wow. Could have fooled the hell out of me. Just like when Martina came out. Man, what a shocker that was. And Billie Jean Queen, when she finally said, well, ¿Quién es más macho, me or Janet Reno? And we thought about it for a while. Still haven't come up with an answer. We have an open line in Dade, 622-WIOD. Ellen. In addition to which, the show blows anyway. Who cares about Ellen? Who gives a crap about that stupid show? God. Here's this country, man. These people are so far in the Stone Age, they just don't get it. Oh, there's a dyke? Yeah, there's a dyke, okay? It's a dyke, and here's a faggot, and here's a drag queen. Grow up already. Come into the real world. Get a life. Get a real life. And you wonder why they're hocking a Chinik with this thing with the tobacco and the cigarettes, and everybody's so uptight about who's going to smoke, and and they're all suing each other because that's all America's about. It's a bunch of crazy lawyers suing each other and uptight, nervous people who are in denial. That's what it's all about. They're all in denial. How come all these other countries, how come in Italy everybody smokes, nobody's got cancer? What is that all about? What is that about? How come they eat like pigs? They eat a 5-course meal. There's no fat people. There's like 10 fat people out of 70 million in the whole country. There's 10 fat people. Why is that? How come they got women with naked boobs on there on TV commercials in France and Italy and Holland and all over Europe? They got naked breasts on there on regular over-the-air TV, right on the commercials. And people over here are getting upset because somebody's got a website with the boobs on it. I don't want to mention no names, you know what I'm saying? But the rumors are that somebody's getting all bent out of shape because somebody, some show, I don't want to mention which one it might be, has got a website.
It's the Ron Ron Radio Network.
Like I said, here's a mobile in Hollywood. Hello.
How you doing, Neil?
Great.
I know why your CD player was on repeat.
Yeah.
Jim Really Bad had his 13-year-old boy in there playing MF rap music. MF this and MF that and all that kind of stuff.
No.
Yes. All Sunday morning.
They weren't really, wait a minute, they weren't really saying MF.
Oh, no, they were bleeping it out, but it was on there. He was going in the MF.
So Jim really came in here yesterday and was potchking around with the equipment in here and didn't bother putting it back the way it was supposed to be. Thank you so much, Jim Really, as in you really are an asshole, just like I knew it.
Oh,
you
I got
idiot.
another spy report, too.
Yeah.
Rick Riley's going to be a grandpa. His boy went to Michigan with some 16-year-old girl. Now you figure it out.
All right. Okay. All right. 2 open lines in Dade, 6229463. Rick Riley is going to be a grandpa? Oh, my God. What's the name of that thing there?
I'm my own grandpa. I'm my own grandpa.
I like it.
It sounds funny, I know, but it really is so. Yes, I'm my own grandpa.
All right. But I'm not playing that. Get out of here. I hate that thing. It's a real Yahoo thing, man. It's a Yahoo thing. I can't stand Yahoo things. Ever seen a Yahoo thing? We have 2 open lines in Dade, 6229463. I've seen a few Yahoo things. Some of them are okay. In fact, every now and then you saw a Yahoo thing and you thought to yourself,
I wanted it.